and then start up the next recording. June 17th, 9:52 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. Wow, that sounds like every person in my friend group. But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat. No, put that shit away. I would say the judge isn't dumb enough to fall for that twice, but this is the judge we're talking about. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Yeah. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright! I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out early today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know Prosecutor Gavin's witnesses today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again. Wow, fucking rude as shit. That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. Wow. It's going on Showtime. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. You're never gonna have a mother. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiala, your client's fiance. She's gonna be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry, I've got my panties back. That doesn't matter at all. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. No, why does it always come back to the panties? June 17th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kitaki. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be like the rest of the fucking game. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house. That doesn't make any sense at all, but whatever. Very well, to recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party, guilty of panty snatching, we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see, to his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the, lucky lady to the stand. Hi, Alita. Your name and occupation, Fraulein? Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. That is not an occupation. Traditional values, I respect that. That's misogynistic also. What the fuck? Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. What? What? Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution? To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait for women. Like staying in the kitchen, am I right, fellow men of the court? Yeah, old as shit, yeah. Fraulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, The defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans. His plans for murder. Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Waki's plan. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. What? You told me to defend him! You crazy lady. So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then. Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Waki's plan, okay. Hey, the family had a health checkup, yep. Waki found his Dr. Mac, yeah. Oh wait, hold it! How can you say that for certain? How? Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. I literally just asked a fucking question, you dumb fucking piece of shit. I hate this man. It was the defendant, Waki, was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Shut up, Judge. You agree with anyone. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? There was another. Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol! What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person had access was. The only other person who knew about the pistol. There she is. I was like, take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Did it. Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé? And killed a man in cold blood on his behalf? Well, I mean, yeah. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. Women can't murder. They're too weak for such things. Oh, I'd hope you'd do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. Take that! Take that! That looks like A medical chart? Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Oh, she's sweaty. Oh, she's sweaty. Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Oh, she got bitchy look all of a sudden. She crazy. Our warm little fiance just froze over. I was on staff at the clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. Oh, that's smirk. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why I embrace the ones I love, past flaws and all, no matter it. There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. Pretty sure I just show the fucking sandals that were there. Take that! Take that. Take that. Take that? Did it! First try. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. Yeah, take that, take that. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? The Maractus Clinic. Yeah, throw her ass in jail. Going through every level. Yeah, exactly. That's how it is. It makes me sad when it doesn't work. Because I can just press the X button to immediately do it, but it's more fun if you use your voice, and it sometimes works. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. Oh, that doesn't seem suspicious at all. Never really worked. Oh, really? Well, because I feel like the microphone was never really, or it was too sensitive. Like blowing on it was fine. If you made like white noise, it was okay. But like talking was, voice recognition was never like its forte. Which, wasn't there like Star Fox Command or something on there that used it, and apparently it was like not great? Why else would I have gone? Yeah. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend. Oh, what? By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation? He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home too. So why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. That's my job. Probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake? Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah, forehead? No, you're fucking dumb as shit. No fair. It's filling the holes in her testimony with baloney. And I hate baloney. Defense may begin the cross-examination. Boo boo. Practice clinic. Okay. You want to warn him? Yeah. That sounds suspicious. Hold it! Hold it. Yeah. No dark secrets, huh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. He's hiding something, I know it. You must have some evidence that proves it too. You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. Okay, present. Oopsie. Walkie's chart. Objection! Objection. Objection. Objection! This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business seems quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. What? There was a badoo there. Oh no, it's boner time. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet vibrate just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday, like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Apollo erection time, exactly. Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe, yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything like that. Game series, the one, oh god, Trauma Center, where you can like stop time by drawing a star shape and then you do the operation super quick and save people's lives. I don't have that. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but this bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Touching. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Perceive! She's fiddling. Jeez, that's, yeah, you can't like not see that in a normal thing. Gotcha! Gotcha! First try. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddled with your ring. Apollo, that's not how you English, but it's okay. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I wouldn't have had 6 months. I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. He just like pulls out the gun and shoots her with it. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Let me check that really quick. Yeah, okay, report filed. Take that! Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that! Yeah, oh, happy birthday. You share a birthday with this guy the same day that a guy got a bullet lodged near his heart. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkups this month were was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself because you were afraid. You knew what Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal. Nark! A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Ah, feathers. Oh boy, now it's, well, great. That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. Nice boner. Yeah. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Katakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order, order! I did it! I broke her testimony! Amazing, Apollo, I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait. Miss Tiala? It's true that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about walking and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it's not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Yeah, it was just so close. Oops, all cross-examination. That's what this trial should be called. God, we can't just throw her in prison. Other things have to happen. Pomp and circumstance, you know? You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Okay, fine, I will. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Oh, is that right? I don't think so. What about this motherfucking bullet? Objection. Objection. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. Wow, fucking rude. My hair is amazing. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? Oh, he's sweaty too. Everybody's sweaty. I guess the police didn't check that far. Wow, they suck. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kentucky mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves the firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. Oof. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Bum, bum, bum. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. You think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Dun, 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 boom, 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 boom. Drop that bass. Order, order, order. Nope. I'm like, why is it not doing a thing? Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. Yeah, we're getting her in jail. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me, apparently the Katakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money, a fortune, if you will. Nefarious, so she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Yeah, sounds about right. Guys, I actually predicted it. Waki, why are you fucking here? You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Huh, me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. God, I fucking hate this man. What? Walkie, just cool down a second, please. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... Can we hide the Miss Tiala? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Walkie, wake up and smell the reality. Alita, baby. The signature on this chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Holy fuck! Wow. She ousted herself. Alita? Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family's fortune is what you're really after. That's right, I wanted the money. No way! That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that! Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse, please. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I had already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but what are you talking about? Trucy, you had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken walkies. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I heard him say is it was me. I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation, but the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assumed she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, you see? That chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. You hate her. Yeah, you would hate most of the women in this series. Like, oh, there's some crazy, crazy ladies. Jack! He's right. Miss Tiala. Yes? It is clear to the court that you're not a very good fiancé. Wow. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Yeah, fucking judge, Jesus. Yeah, no, Dahlia Hawthorne is insane. Like, if you watch my previous playthroughs and stuff and you run into her, she crazy. She's super crazy, Liv. Like, oh my gosh. The only woman that I disliked more than her is Wendy Oldbag. And it's just because Wendy Oldbag is really annoying. Perhaps it's time. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Miraculous Clinic on the day of the crime. Yeah, God, I hated her. I was, how are you doing, Mr. Smile? Like, she was just like the most like stereotypical, super annoying, nosy old woman. And I was like, it's too good and I hate her. But my number one hated character is Dr. Hadu, who is now Dr. Hickfield in this game because he is just disgusting and I hate him. And I hope that I don't see him again in this game. I already saw him once and I was mad that I had to see him and that I haven't seen Gumshoe because apparently Gumshoe doesn't exist because they don't like having good characters in their games. Fucking Capcom. Anyway, let's get on with that. I just had to rant a little. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole the pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. Okay. He went back later. Yeah, I don't, because he was such a good character. Oh. Do they? Are you sure? I thought that apparently he just was like gone. I mean, I know it's many years later, so maybe he's retired or something. I don't know. That chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you? Yeah. He's just not, that makes me sad though. Like, I really liked him and his silliness. Yeah, I get it. Apollo, that sound, it came from behind this door. I know, somebody was in there. Oh, yeah, I just saw this. Don't show me it again. In the final case, those that's sad. So you were the burglar. That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing! And brazen at that! Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know. Wow, she is such a bitch. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? Okay. Boom. Okay, that seems, okay. Okay, that seems kind of mean. It does, because that was the... Hold it! Because this is the report! Phoenix and Edgeworth are still around. It could have at least been... Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. It's just when you get so used to, like, these characters that you enjoy, and then it's just like, nope, gone, and you're just like, but, come on. Why you guys gotta do that? The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? The killer shot from this location. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. This is one of the characters in the... Oh, okay. Interesting. He was just all over the first 3 games, so you know. Yes, we heard this testimony on this yesterday from the panties thief man. The time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted, but he wasn't standing there. We already discussed he was up top because he was throwing away some panties. The victim turned his head to look, and he was shot. Oh wait, this was the first. Yeah, but we already talked about how that's wrong. Yeah, it was proven to be a lie because he was up by the trash can with his panties. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime. I swear I can talk. But he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't have hit his right temple. Silly, silly Ace Attorney. Well, what? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? You remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. No, but his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Then why don't you show us, Air Forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. The witness if the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? Oh no. That sucks. I always hate, like, fan translations are cool, but sometimes, like, in a game like this, it seems like it would be really important to not be, like, too far off the mark. From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Walkie Kataki was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Pal Maractus was at the victim mark. Let's see what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Wow, so this is just like the other frickin' thing where they're like, do it in some place that's impossible. Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from? It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Eh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Man, I hate this guy. Oh no! Like so. Double penalty? You're the fucking judge. Why aren't you just like, no, that's dumb. Let's continue. The double penalty? Air Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here, like in the lake. Oh wait, there's no lake. Present. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. But what do you mean? Thanks to you, I had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. Final bill of the translation was released then, but it was in the works for a good while. Oh, geez. It makes me think of when I had like a fan-translated version of like Dragon Quest 6 or 5. Or not Dragon Quest, it was Ys. It was like Ys 6. It wasn't great, but I was like, I can't read Japanese. I wish I could, but just learning Spanish is hard for me. Japanese is a whole different beast. Should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, towards the noodle stand. Order, order, order. So you're saying? The killer was inside the noodle stand? No. Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean that the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'd think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? Of course I can. You want evidence that someone is in the stand? Well, I've got it. I've got it right here, baby. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Take that! The Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene, right next to the noodle stand. Ack! Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. Ugh. In other words, this is proof that you were inside the noodle stand. Ah! Oh God. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Shut up. Clavier, can you shut the fuck up? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? No, that's not how that works. That's just dumb. That is dumb. A slipper wouldn't leave an imprint. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Can someone have hidden in that stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be, removed, like a bunch of bowls. You have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in the stand. I guess I probably just gotta present the bowl. Take that! Take that! This is a noodle bowl from the stolen El Dunes Noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday in the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. Large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldun was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too. Yet the bowls were removed! That night, there was space inside the noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around that time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I mean, the whole thing is we can still, like, appreciate their efforts and all that, but we can also understand that it could have been better. Like, that's the overall argument. Like, that's it. You know, if you enjoyed it and you're okay with that, then that's fine. But other people can be like, I would have expected something better, you know? Yeah. I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. Oh, ouch. Oof. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. Oh, a lot. I'm pretty sure that Miss Tiala killed Dr. Maractus. There's a lot going on. She was inside the noodle cart. We're pretty sure. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside of it? Yeah, exactly what you say. You follow them. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Time to get to the bottom of this case. Witness testimony. I think this video might be a little bit longer. Yeah, well, we're at 50. I don't know. We'll see if we finish the trial before an hour. But after we're done with this trial, that's gonna be it for the night, so I can like get some dinner. I'm still feeling fine, like even with the shot and all, but I also don't want to push myself too hard because I don't know how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. Yeah, okay. That night I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. And if you're curious what's going on, it's just a discussion going on about the translation of one of the games. I had no intention of, yeah, okay. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. It's kind of like, you know, I love the Final Fantasy series, but I can understand, even though, you know, Squaresoft is considered like a AAA company and all that, the older games had terrible translations. Granted, this was, you know, way back when maybe they just didn't have as many people on the team, or they didn't care as much, and there also wasn't as much text. But there's definitely some games I love that just have, like, you ever play Star Ocean 2? I fucking love Star Ocean 2, but Star Ocean 2 on the PlayStation has a lot of really bad translations. It's great. Attorney fan looks at that's great, a work. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. Had pretty, yeah, exactly. And it went well. And yeah, even the PlayStation era, like there was, even with the voice acting in some of them, you were like, that doesn't seem right. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brat got his checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth, or it's over. It's fine. I mean, it's not really causing any issues. I just don't want people to be mad at each other just because of, like I said, whether you like it or not, that's, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like that people love. And I'm just like, that's just how it is, you know? It's like liking or hating specific anime. Yeah. That night I went out to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. Okay. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. That's a lie. I didn't even say it, but okay, I'll take it. You need to restart your meal plan. I forget, are you still going through the that meal delivery thingy, or are you trying something else? It's too much money in the end. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I had thought of it, but I'm like, man, I spend like so little on groceries each month. It doesn't really matter that much. You just got scolded? Wait, why would you get scolded? Sorry, yeah. Well, let's just drop it, because literally it was just one opinion and another opinion, and that's all it needs to be. Yeah, there's no need to like propagate it. Exactly. Like, that's just it. Like, if you like it more than him, cool. He had his reasons and that's it. That was really all that happened. What were all those noodle bowls doing there? How should I know? There weren't that any bowls when I went. I know that much. Why don't you let me be and go look for your killer someplace else, all right? Do I detect uncertainty there? This is my last chance. Apollo, any word from your bracelet? Yeah, actually, I felt it respond. Couldn't see a thing. It's up to you, Apollo. Time to perceive the truth. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, if somebody's just done with the discussion, don't keep pushing. That's one of the reasons why I blocked a lot of people on Facebook, because they'll ask to talk about something, and then they just will not stop pushing, and I'm like, look, I'm done. The conversation is over. Like, there's only so much we can say. That's the big thing. Okay, it's time to perceive the truth, though. Okay. What am I gonna look at? Oh, she messed with her neck scarf. Gotcha. 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 Or maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna assume it was her. It looked like she was squeezing a little bit there. Yeah, she exploded with feathers because that's when she gets angry. She goes, ah, and then her feathers come off. It's kind of like how the birds exploded with Dahlia Hawthorne. Yeah. All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this perceiving thing. A little slip in confidence, and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I'd hoped. Her unconscious actions tell me the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. Seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? That's a weird way to say things. Seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. No, I've only played the original 3 and however far I've gotten in this one, Mr. Smiles. I do want to play, I definitely want to play Dual Destinies, and I want to play Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright, because apparently that one's really good. And I know there's other ones, but apparently some of the other ones are kind of just like compared to the originals and this specific like line. Oh yeah, the lamp. I was like, God, I was just thinking about it, and then I started talking. Take that. Please, take that. Ma'am, take that. Take that! Take that! Did it! You thought it was really? I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it. Like, Professor Layton itself, I'm really bad with puzzles, but I heard from a lot of people that it was really good. I don't know. It's more of a, oh, okay. Maybe that's why people didn't, like, if you didn't like the puzzle part, maybe you would just kind of not like the whole thing. Press it. Okay. What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf. Just the scarf, not all the clothes. Unless you wanna. Well, there she goes again, exploding. Ending A. You did it, Ellie! Congratulations! Oh, the soundtrack is great? I have to try that. Oh, the soundtrack's really good. Man. 2 is also good. I have to look at a lot of stuff. What? Oh, are you talking about, were you just saying no because I was tired? What? I said it respectfully. I'm looking respectfully at her feathers. This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting, as soon as the witness removes her scarf clothes. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm a unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove a... Ms. Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven. What? That you're a terrible fiancé. You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. No. No! I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Your neck. That isn't what I think it is. Oh my god, did he try to fucking choke her out? With a lamp cord? What is happening? Something did happen at night at the Maractus Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it. But wait, looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly, what the fuck? The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. Ah! Oh god, there's so many feathers. Jesus. How does that dress still have anything on it? Think about Capcom localizing. Oh, nice. Ain't the truth, best pursuit. Yeah. He's had the wallet logo in his suitcase. Yeah. Oh, that is cute. What's not cute is the fact this woman almost got choked out, but still, this is crazy. Order. Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus, and then he choked me out when I tried to shoot him. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. You want in at the family, and if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. You! That's sexual harassment, sir? Also, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, hi, Koifer, how are you doing? Yeah. And the reason why I played so much Ace Attorney is partially because at first, my friend Dez told me I really needed to play them, like the trilogy, because she loved them, and she's like, you should play these. And I'm like, okay, the trilogy went on sale on Switch, so I got it on there, and I started playing it. And I think that's when Zunder and RC started following, and they're like super into it, so they're like, you need to play more. And I kind of put it off for a while after finishing the first 3 games, because I was a little burnt out, because it's a lot of text to go through. But now we're getting through Apollo Justice and then Dual Destinies, and then we'll see how things go from there. Yeah. I'm doing great, Koifer. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. I did get my sticky today for number 1. I'll get my next one in like 3 weeks. But yeah. So it's been a good day. I don't feel like I'm dying. I still only have the normal amount of limbs, so I think everything's okay. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, They also don't like it because I can only, like, once I finish this trial, that's it for the day. I can only stream this game for like 3 to 4 hours because any longer and like I can start feeling it in my throat from just the amount of talking. You don't need the stab for now? Well, that's good to hear at least. Just like, because I did it yesterday and I was like, okay, we're gonna do a bonus one today, but then, whew, that's why I only do it once a week usually. Like with a third arm? Wow. Well, I hope so, actually. That would be really helpful. Then I could scratch my back whenever I wanted. As long as it grew like that way. If it grew out front ways, then I don't know. Maybe I could be better at baseball, I think. 6th toe? No! That would mess up my balance. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Yeah, holy shit! Hal Maractus was serious, deadly serious. He tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. Okay. Okay. Oh, a second head. Oh, geez. With how things are gonna play out. Yeah, exactly. So, you were the victim. And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim that I then snuck into that noodle stand? But how could I? Dak! That's actually pretty smart reasoning. One thing is clear, we now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself. I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. Nah, you crazy. Don't play dumb. I told you everything. Can I go home now? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Raji. That was a good game. You bear some responsibility for the events that day, true. Yet, if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala. When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala? Very well, this finishes the cross-examination of this. Apparently not. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Oh boy. I hate him. Like, he's the guy who's like too cool and he knows he's too cool, but he's also, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. But I mean, I guess he at least is on the side of justice. He's like Dante, but a lawyer. Yeah, I love hate, exactly. Now we rock. What? Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? What are we talking about now? What? No, go all the way where? With my spikes don't go anywhere. Extra, you know what? This is true. Maybe that's why I was okay with Edgeworth, because he wasn't really showy. Although he did do a lot of and then you were like, no, and then he was like, ah! Prosecutor Gavin? Hal Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious, but what happened next? He's right. There's more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? Might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder? Okay. Theory. It's just a game theory, though. Maractus knocked this bitch out, threw her in the back of the cart to try to get rid of the body because he probably thought she was dead. Started carting her, ran into Boy Toy. She woke up, was in the cart, still had gun, heard the commotion going on, took the opportunity to shoot Pal Maractus in the noggin, and then escape. Bam. Hey, you really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Yeah, well, it's both. This is, remember, like I said before, just like how Fire Emblem is horny chess, Ace Attorney is horny trials. I don't make the rules. They just happen. So she shot him in the back. Yeah, from behind, because if he turned to look at Panty Snatcher and then she shot him, come right temple. Bam. We beat the game. Me, Fraulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Walkie saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside of him. So he took the pistol from the family stash with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. Oh yeah, no, he really was. Jesus. And Miss Tiola heard about this from Walkie. Yeah, actually, were you, Mr. Smile, were you here for that? I was like, everything I'm saying, because I equate his bracelet, like, his bracelet vibrating to like him getting a boner, and I was like, oh, he's got a boner, and then he's like, and then Trucy or someone was like, now it's time to take advantage of her, and I was like, oh no, this is not helping my joke at all. This is getting terrible. Because he says, I know, and then he's like, wait, no, that's bad, and I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala, perhaps he thought, to death. Yeah, maybe. Okay, just say, no, I don't want to, okay, well, in case you're interested, I do have a YouTube channel where I upload all of the previous stuff I played through, and that's the start of this playthrough. I do have a playlist that has all 3 of the original games, and then this is on there. I was thinking about making a different folder or a different playlist for each game, but I was like, let's just keep them all together. But yeah, because I started this last Saturday. Well, not that the Saturday before, you know what I mean, whatever. Days don't make any sense. Yeah, to death. Okay. What did he do after this crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic and the scene of the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Air Forehead, care to guess? Huh? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? Yeah, the fucking... Take that. Noodle stand. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Or foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy, or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place. Yeah. It still isn't great. Like, there are some times where I say things like 3 to 4 times, but apparently, yeah, the DS mic was just not good for that at all. Or he wanted to put something, yeah. Ah, wait, you don't mean. Haha, I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Maractus, I keep saying his name wrong. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you. His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it, logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Walkie-Kitaki? I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? We're getting to the good parts. The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right, he had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What? Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, please show us in the diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging the stand? Okay, so that is a river. I thought that was a road. It's a river over there. Where's that? There? That's a river. Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was gonna throw me into that river? He didn't have many other options, Fraulein. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then the denouement. Wesley Stickler of panty-snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant, pew! Oh no! So I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you. Well, Miss Tiala? Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story to get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. A gaping hole you need to fill with facts. Hard facts, in fact. Anyway, I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Whereof what? Can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out Air Forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. Yeah, the gun was shot from inside the stand. Yeah, well, you know, they could have probably checked for like gunpowder, but that's too much work. I believe if the Fraulein speaks of Air Doctor's car. His car? That's right, the Maractus Clinic has that big garage. In which sat a green sports car, was it? Was that a sports car? It just looked like a regular car. Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. Ugh! And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case. We have a case. Fuck you. Objection! I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right! That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about it. Afterward, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car? Ugh! A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. Come on, bro. I even know what this is. Order, order, order. Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body? Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. You know what pisses me off the most about this case? Everything I've learned. This contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. Yeah, the car didn't run. No, what really pisses me off about this case is that in order to really put the clincher on this case and win the case, I have to use something very specific. I have an idea. It's all coming together. Who knew that this was how you win a case? That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence? Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. It's the fucking panties! Take that! Let's see now. Panties? Again? Yeah, again. Not my fault you guys made the game this way. All sorts of things come out of my panties. Please, Trucy, no! Even the truth. What? Is that what women hide in there? Jesus. You guys need to keep that out in the open. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. Yeah, the panties were shoved in the exhaust pipe, clogging the exhaust, which would keep the car from turning on. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties, the latest in a string of similar thefts, actually, Jesus. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Maractus Clinic garage. But what? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them. Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating, and I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. You're a hog? My motorcycle won't start with a clogged exhaust pipe because of oil, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Whatever. It's not that hard. Clogged exhaust pipes are bad. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. Yeah. Hoisted by your own petard. My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing you could think of. Wow, why are you acting so cool? I'm the fucking one who blew this case wide open, you dick. Well, Miss Tiala? This wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Oh, well, is that it? Wow, you didn't go crazy. Where am I? It's so dark, can't see. Cramped. Pain, my throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc! I know what you did! Walkie? You lied to me! So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man! Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No, he'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. Cease this at once, you two! Okay, yeah, we get it. You shot him. Okay, yeah, okay. There's so much flashing, sorry. Warning, it's already done. Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad. Well, oh, that was anticlimactic. Still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. Eh? I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you. Bam! The whole, it's clogged with panties. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He'd figured out she was the killer a while ago. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Yeah. He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, Air Forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Not guilty! Hell yeah! I'm sorry, your girlfriend was kind of a huge bitch, but there's not much we can do about that. Court is adjourned. We did it! We won! Oh, where's the confetti, though? There was no confetti. It was just sad. Everybody's sad. You would get arrested if you threw confetti in. Oh, okay, that's true. Wait, was there confetti? Maybe I just missed it because I skipped through that bit. I was just like, where's the confetti? Great job, Apollo, you did it. Yeah, we did, somehow. Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to thank. Hey! Attorney man. Yeah, there was, yeah, exactly. You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita, Holmes. Or to blame, I guess. You give me my Alita back. Stupid pointy-head attorney with a death wish. Enough, Walkie. Mr. Kataki. It's high time you opened your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life trying to become some kind of businessman. Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie. I'm afraid the guard is gonna throw them both out. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Wow, Apollo, fucking rude. Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Oh, Walkie, Apollo has something to tell you. I do? Way to put me on the spot. What's that? I feel like it would be the, it'd probably be the report. Any other things that happen in those courtrooms we should be concerned about other than throwing a confetti? Yeah, that's true. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman? I don't know, wouldn't it be because of the checkup report? Yeah, it would be because of that. Take that! Your dad's concerned about you. Please take that. Thank you. Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean you aren't really, are you? Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened there. I searched the globe and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure. Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you. I want to do it clean. Oh! Those were his eyebrows! They're huge! I just thought I thought that his eyes were just like super sunken in. What? Excuse me? Why are they so big? Please, Walkie. Or please understand, Walkie. Dad! Those were his eyebrows! Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for... Walkie? Listen, good old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out, and then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. Why, Walkie? No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kataki. I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad to have met you. Not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who, me? I don't think... Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kataki lime pie. Why did your eyes go back to the terrifying state when you're talking about pie? He's opening a pie shop? So long. Oh my God, that reveal was better than that entire fucking case. And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? We make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Huh, why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right, we have to go someplace first. Huh, where? Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Eldoon. Salty noodles, right. Got his stand back already. Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Stop pulling him out. Your secrets are being revealed. Oh, it's special, all right. Please, anything but him. The end. Woo! Brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Serenade. Okay, well, finally. We did it! We won! Holy shit, that was, oh God. Oh, I'm so glad I called it at the end though. I was like, she was in the cart and then, but okay, the fact that she got like choked out by that lamp cord I was not expecting that at all. Holy hell. God, and this is only case 2. Are there 5 cases again? And Joker had a second time. Yeah, she was so calm in the end too. This came out in 2007. I cannot believe that this game is 14 years old. It still like is a very good looking game. It probably because it's stylized and cartoony anyway, but damn. It's weird to think when these games came out, which is a while ago. But yeah, we're going to end this recording for today, and this will also be the end of the stream for today because holy hell. It was like 4 hours of a lot of bullshit and looking at sandals and toe prints. I don't want to look at toe prints anymore tonight.